Hello and welcome back to the top tiers. Today I'm going to be looking at and ranking all the handguns of Call of Duty Infinite Warfare. Starting off in number 5 is the EMC. The EMC was the first gun you unlocked. It was a semi-automatic laser pistol. It was decent. It was an average pistol, but it was slightly less accurate, it seemed, than an average pistol. It did the same really meh damage and meh range. Everything was just meh about it. It wasn't really special. It was the first gun you unlocked. Number 4 is the Kendall 44, which is the futuristic Glock. The Kendall and the EMC kind of go hand in hand because they each have something the other doesn't. The Kendall goes with higher damage and higher range, while the EMC does faster fire rate and slightly larger magazine capacity. The Kendall, I think, is more accurate as well. I prefer the Kendall, and the Kendall is one of my favorite pistols in the game. But in number 3, we have the Oni or the Ani, depends on how you pronounce it. I pronounce it Ani usually, but the Ani was a fully automatic energy pistol, and it had the energy gun ability where it could recharge itself by taking ammo out of its main pool of ammo. It was very good, fully automatic. It was one of the only fully automatic pistols in the game, besides one of the other ones that was a DLC, but I'm not counting that on this list. In number 2, we have the Hailstorm, and the Hailstorm was a 3-round burst revolver, and it was very powerful. You could easily one-burst people up to most ranges. However, if you missed, or if the burst didn't one-burst, you were in a lot of trouble because it only had a few shots and you could drain through them very quickly with that 3-round burst capability. It was an extremely powerful gun, but you had to be accurate with it. You had to take your shots wisely. Number 1 is the Hornet, and the Hornet was technically a classic, but it's also a pistol, so I decided I'd count it in the pistols list instead of the classics. So the Hornet was a fully automatic machine pistol. It did a very decent amount of damage, an extremely high fire rate. Like, it was insane, and the accuracy was okay if you just did semi-automatic trigger clicks. The magazine capacity was also huge, with like 36 bullets, if I'm right. I'm pretty sure, 36 bullets if I remember correctly. And the only downside to it was that was the recoil. So 1 second you'd be aiming at your target, you pull the trigger, and next thing you know, you're staring at the sky. It was pretty crazy recoil, but you could easily learn to handle it, especially if you are on a keyboard and mouse. They have a little bit easier time of handling recoil than us console players. But it was a very fun gun, and it did a ton of damage, and it was just insanely powerful. An important notice, today at 3 o'clock, another video is coming out. It's going to be the discussion video of this for this Friday, and it'll be coming out at 3 o'clock. But that's the end of today's video. I hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you here on the top tiers.